Now, when you've finished copying the map, I want you to write in the names of the cities I've marked with crosses. I'll start you off. New York. Now, you do the rest. And no cheating. If you both have the same wrong answers this time, I shall be very... Mr. Gibson.
A word with you, Miss Dunbar.
Of course, sir.
Out here.
Very well. Carry on quietly, please, children.
What are you two staring at? Get back to work. Yeah, that's better. Now, here. You're not the only one playing with maps.
How long have you been watching me? And besides, we are certainly not playing.
Neither am I. Look at it.
The new hospitals.
All 6 of them. From Maracaju to the San Antonio Falls. The Gibson Clinics. Satisfied now?
Of course not. 6 isn't enough. 60 wouldn't be enough.
You want to bankrupt me?
You could cover South America with hospitals and hardly miss a cent.
Is that what you want? Is that all you want?
It would do for a start.
Well, I dare say something can be arranged.
Now you know perfectly well you have only to say the word.
And when will you say the word?
Senator, my word has been said.
And I've told you how things stand. If I were free...
But you're not free, are you? So things must stay as they are for the present. If I can accept that, surely you can.
No, he can't.
Mrs. Gibson. Good morning, ma'am.
He can't accept it because he's never known what it's like to go without. Have you, Neil?
Not like you.
Not like me. At least, not until now. You should be flattered, Miss Dunbar. You're the first thing he's ever wanted that he's not been able to buy.
The Problem of Thor Bridge by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Dramatized for radio by Bert Coules. With Clive Merrison as Sherlock Holmes and Michael Williams as Dr. John Watson. And featuring William Hootkins as J. Neil Gibson and Charlotte Attenborough as Grace Dunbar. The Problem of Thor Bridge.
Again.
You're like no woman I've ever known. Marry me.
Why?
Why? Because it's what I want.
What about what I want?
I know what you want.
No, don't! No, please! Please! Whoa! Whoa, Gehenna!
Are you all right, Ma'am? Ma'am? Mrs. Gibson!
Mr. Bates, I didn't see you.
You'll pardon my saying so, but you didn't seem to see much of anything. You near ended up inside the house.
Would you help me down, please?
Of course, Ma'am. I'll get one of the lads to see to your horse.
Thank you.
Well, a fine creature like this has to be looked after. I've seen too many things on this estate wither away for want of attention.
You're a good man, Mr. Bates. Make sure that you're not also a foolish one.
I know where my loyalties lie.
Loyalty is like love. Giving it to the wrong person can be dangerous. Thank you, Gehenna.
Ma'am, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Have you hurt your arm?
No, it's nothing.
Show me. How did you come by these? I see.
Mr. Bates!
Forget what you have seen, Mr. Bates, but remember what I said.
He was expecting you at 11.
Mr. Ferguson, not everything in life can be reduced to a cut-and-dried timetable. I can't run his estate the way you run his office.
So I noticed.
You keep your clever remarks to yourself.
We shouldn't be enemies, Bates. We're both wrapped up in this damn situation, and we've both got plenty to lose. Well, that should make us allies.
And what the devil you have to lose?
Everything. Do you think I've slaved away for him for all these years to finish up running a charitable society? Now, that damn governess is bleeding the guts out of him.
So who's gonna change things then? You?
Something's got to happen.
Well, perhaps something will.
And it has to be soon.
Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks. Rage, blow, you cataracts and hurricanos. Morning, Holmes. Spout till you've drenched our steeples, drowned the clock.
Yes, I thought I heard the postman.
Oak-cleaving thunderbolts singe my white head.
You've got a case at last, then.
I didn't realize the faculty of deduction was so contagious.
Wasn't much of a deduction. When you're not working, your mood goes up and down with the weather.
And that explains the cautious way you put your head round the door. Expecting gloom, well, dark clouds and occasional eruptions of thunder.
I certainly wasn't expecting recitations from the classics.
Let the great gods find out their enemies now. Tremble, thou wretch, that hast within thee undivulged crimes unwhipped of justice. Hide thee, thou bloodied hand.
Please, not before breakfast.
Ah, yes, breakfast. I hope you're feeling strong.
I beg your pardon?
The Family Herald. I observed a copy on the hall table.
Oh, well, so did I. Then you cook, I assumed. What's that got to do with breakfast?
Even so trivial a matter as the boiling of an egg demands a degree of attention.
So?
Mariah's new master.
Holmes, why don't we ever have a straightforward conversation?
Mariah's new master. A love romance in 5 installments. Final installment today.
Oh.
Yes, the Eggers came a poor second, I'm afraid.
Tough, are they?
Think of them as challenging. When does Mrs. Hudson return?
2 weeks next Friday.
We'll be walking skeletons.
How's the coffee?
Yes, I have a case. After a month of stagnation, the wheels move once more. Have you heard of Neil Gibson?
Dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I can't see the best woman God ever made go to her death without doing all that is possible to save her.
Well, of course I have. The American senator. I think I'll risk it.
Ex-senator.
Yes. Lives over here now.
What a huge estate 5 years ago. Anything else?
Neil Gibson, the Gold King. Ridiculous nickname.
Accurate. His fortune's supposed to be beyond calculation.
I can't explain things. I can't even try to explain them. But I know beyond all doubt that Miss Dunbar is innocent.
What do you know about his wife?
Only what the whole rest of the country knows. She's just been murdered by her own governor.
Ah, you've seen the reports.
I could hardly miss them.
True enough, but did you read them?
I glanced through the one in the Times. It seemed pretty much cut and dried.
It's the damned injustice of it all that makes me mad. That woman has a heart that wouldn't let her kill a fly.
Cut and dried. The interesting personality of the accused does not obscure the clearness of the evidence. That was the view of the coroner's jury and the police court.
So it's gone to assizes.
Winchester next week. It's a thankless business. I can discover facts, Watson, but I can't change them. Unless new ones come to light.
Is that likely?
Well, I don't see what else my client can hope for.
Your client being...
Oh, I'm getting into your involved habit of telling the story backwards. Here, a royal missive from the palace of the Gold King.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Thor plays Hampshire.
All I know, and all I have, and all I am are for your use. If only you can save her. If ever in your life you showed your powers, put them now into this case.
Fulsome sort of chap, isn't he?
Don't underestimate him, Watson. He's a formidable character, and a violent one.
Violent?
So it's said.
He's quite definite about this Miss Dunbar's innocence.
Without offering a shred of evidence in her favor.
Maybe I have a clue and don't know it.
I had no idea the case was coming my way. I'd have had these sorted out and ready. Horrible murder on historical English estate. One or two useful facts buried under half a page of lurid speculation. Most of these others are even worse. I'll give it to you in a nutshell.
Thank you.
Then you'll be able to take an intelligent interest in the proceedings.
Oh, you're too kind.
Now, J. Neil Gibson, ex-senator of some western state and now one of the greatest financial powers in the world. He married a wife the victim of this tragedy. I know nothing about her save that she was, past her prime, which was unfortunate as, the couple's 2 young children were superintended by, Miss Grace Dunbar, a governess of some attractiveness. Well, there's the place. And the setting is Thor Bridge, half a mile from the house. That's where the body was found.
Thank you. Found late at night, clad in her dinner dress, with a shawl over her shoulders and a bullet through her brain. Whew. Why suspect the governess?
Nasty. Shut up and get out of my way. Give me the lamp. Sir? Now. Pistol, close range, 1 shot.
What's that in her hand?
And where?
Her left hand. Here.
No, leave it, Bates.
No, I'm sure I can get it. There. Oh, it's just a bit of paper.
Give it to me.
Oh, it's some sort of note.
Bates, give it to me, I said.
Come to Thor Bridge at 9 this evening. And it's signed Grace Dunbar.
Was it her handwriting?
Oh, yes. Well, apparently, she doesn't deny it, if the papers can be believed. What's more, she was seen at the bridge on the evening of the murder.
A reliable witness?
A passing local is the best description I've found. It could be the village idiot.
Or the village parson?
She has no alibi for any of the rest of that evening. She stayed in her bedroom and was seen by no one. And strongest of all... Yes, strongest of all...
Well...
This is intolerable! Sergeant!
Just stay quiet and let us get on with our work, miss.
If you'll tell me what you're looking for, I could save your men this effort.
Nothing in the cabinet, sir.
Or on the shelves? Do the wardrobe.
Sir.
My clothes are in that wardrobe, nothing else.
Do it.
You'll pay for this damage, Sergeant, I swear it.
Whatever you say, miss.
How dare you patronize me?
Sarge, what you got, Jennings? Here.
I've never seen that before.
Well, well. It's loaded, too. With 5 bullets. One's been fired.
Money is nothing.
I beg your pardon.
This woman is innocent and has to be cleared. Money is nothing. You can burn it if it'll light you to the truth. Name your figure.
My professional charges are on a fixed scale.
You don't vary them?
Only when I remit them all together.
Pah. Well, if dollars make no difference to you, think of the reputation. If you pull this off, every paper in England and America will be booming you.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson, but I don't believe I'm in need of booming. Watson.
Perhaps if we could just get down to the facts, Mr. Gibson.
Well, you'll find all the main ones in the press reports.
Can't you add anything that will help us?
I don't know that I can. But if you've any specific questions, then ask away.
There is just one point.
What is it?
What were the exact relations between you and Miss Dunbar?
I suppose you're within your rights in asking such a question.
We'll agree to suppose so.
Then I assure you that my relations were entirely those of an employer to a young lady on his staff. I only ever spoke to her, I only ever saw her when she was in the company of my children.
I'm a busy man, Mr. Gibson.
What?
I haven't the time or the taste for aimless conversations. Good morning.
What the devil do you mean? Are you dismissing my case?
No, Mr. Gibson, I'm dismissing you. This matter is quite complicated enough without the added difficulty of false information.
Meaning that I'm lying?
Well, I was trying to put it as delicately as I could, but if you insist on the word, I won't contradict you.
You insufferable scoundrel. I ought to teach you a lesson.
Don't be noisy. It's too soon after breakfast.
You've done yourself no good this morning, Mr. Holmes. No man ever crossed me and was the better for it. I've broken stronger men than you.
So many have said so, and yet here I am. Any views?
A man used to getting his own way.
Whatever obstacles may be in his path.
Do you think he'll come back?
He's sure to come back. He must come back.